Well, RFK Jr. spotted here in the valley, and he was hiking on Camelback Mountain, as Anita just mentioned, and he was in jeans and a T-shirt. That's kind of what's making headlines. But there was a gentleman like a fellow hiker, who saw him hiking on the trail, and he's like, "Oh, what's going on over there? Like, there's this boomer type guy.
He thought he was in distress.
Yeah, he thought he was injured.
I would have thought the same thing.
Right, and then he's surrounded by other people."
Yeah.
Right. And so he thought, oh, maybe he's injured because there's a lot of other people kind of younger.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So take a listen to this gentleman who met RFK Jr. He actually approached them and was like, hey, you okay? What's happening over here? This is a story right here. Take a listen.
And that wouldn't be my choice of hiking apparel in this weather. It was about 92, I think, temperature-wise at that point. So very impressive for him to have done that at his age.
Also, keep in mind that gentleman was out on the trail as well.
He was.
So RFK was not the only person hiking that day.
No, he was not. It wasn't quite as warm. I don't know if I would even call it hot over the weekend necessarily. Hot to me is like 110.
Do we know what day this was? Because we haven't.
I think it was Saturday. I think it was the 19th, I believe. July 19th is the date that we had.
He had an
on
event Friday, right? We had Tito Ortiz and Mike Tyson in here. Was that Friday or Saturday?
That was Friday, I think.
Okay.
Friday night.
Because I did see pictures with him. With Tito and
okay.
Tyson.
So maybe it was at the Tree of Life congregation,
Yes.
I think, in Scottsdale.
So I wonder if maybe he stayed in town for the weekend, what have you. But
and I wonder where he finds like the best trail in Phoenix. Like, hey, we want to go on a hike. Does he go to his security personnel and he's like, I want to go on a hike?
So we're all going on a hike.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I was thinking about it earlier. I thought, man, his security detail has to be in the same shape he's in. Because they have to go all the way up with him. And he is in excellent shape. If you've seen any of his videos,
yes,
he works out a lot.
Yeah, and that you can kind of see he's in jeans. It looks like he's wearing proper attire, though. It's not like he's in flip-flops.
The other question, maybe it was impromptu. Maybe it was like, hey, we had early breakfast and it's still really nice out. Well, let's go hike. There's Camelback. Let's go see what we can do.
Yeah.
And that's what he was wearing, and he just kind of was like, let's go up.
Yeah, so true. And so let me ask you ladies this, and all of you in the chat, best hiking trail in the valley. You know, what are your thoughts on a good hiking trail? Because my thought was, I mean, you got Piestewa Peak, and then you have the Echo Canyon side, the Cholla side of Camelback. You've got Phoenix Mountain Preserve, a lot in the East Valley and things like that. This makes me think
Mountain has a lot of trails.
Yes, they do. This makes me think maybe he was staying at like the Phoenician or something like that near Camelback. Maybe. You know, because Camelback, the Cholla side, that's on one side. That's where the Phoenician's located on the backside of Camelback, that trail.
It's just easy.
Yeah.
And also a lot of the concierge will recommend.
Exactly.
Because it's so close.
Yeah. Isabella, best hiking trail in the valley.
My favorite hiking trails are out of the valley. I really like Sabino Canyon and
that's
Tucson.
pretty. That's really nice. Have you ever seen any bobcats out there?
Yes. Rattlesnakes.
Rattlesnakes.
Javelinas. I even put a photo in there if you want to pull it up of Sabino Canyon. But right now, this time of the year when it's raining for the monsoon, I'd love to hike there because there'd be waterfalls everywhere. So unfortunately, my favorite hikes are outside of the valley.
Oh, this is it. Which one is this, Isabel? It's a great photo.
So that's in Sabino Canyon, and it might be hard to see, but all behind me, like there's just water rushing through those rocks.
You know where you can find that a little closer? It's called the Hieroglyphic Trail.
Okay.
Out towards Apache Junction.
Okay.
It's about an hour from the valley.
Yeah.
And if you go after a good rain, waterfalls, water pooling, it's really, really beautiful.
I'll have to check it out. Thank you.
So is that water that's like and then the boulders there as well?
Yeah. So I love hiking that. And I would hike in the summer, but I would always go super early before it got too hot.
That's so good. Bo Jackson says, I like going up and down a mountain, to be honest. And that's a pretty good hike. It's really beautiful there now by ASU.
Yeah. Good workout.
Yeah. And then Jen's Wall says, I like Sedona. They have a lot of short stuff. And you're absolutely right. She says, I can't walk to, Great anymore. So I need super easy. And they do have a lot of beautiful sites in Sedona.
West Fork Trail in Sedona.
Oh, that's a good one.
My favorite.
Yeah.
And I love it for a number of reasons because you have a little bit of walking and a little bit of actual hiking. You're pretty much probably 60% covered. Have you ever done it? Oh, you have to head up. up. You're covered by the trees.
Yes.
You're amongst
That's
like you
nice.
literally walk out into the Canyon of Red Rock, but then also you have to cross the creek.
Oh.
I think it's 12 times.
Okay.
And it's such an adventure because they put the logs out for you.
Yeah.
And you have to try to figure out how to cross it without falling in.
Yeah, it's
What's
almost
it
like
called?
for those.
West Fork Trail. I'll
Yeah.
send you the info.
Okay.
It is, it's just a little bit like past Slide Rock
Mm-hmm.
on the left-hand side. And if you don't get there early, the lot fills up. And then once people leave, they let you in. I love this trail.
It's almost like a mini, for those of you who are in Utah or have hiked in Zion or camped there, it's like a mini Zion where you're kind of hiking through the
great,
water.
yeah.
So pretty. Thank you all for sharing. So South Mountain has flat trails at the bottom. And Dave Brousseau, you're absolutely right, because that's where I took this one.
Oh, beautiful.
This one was,
cute, Celeste.
thank you. So drastically different attire from RFK Jr., but no judgment here on FTT.
You were working on getting those legs, man.
If he can do it in jeans, I think it's spectacular. Good for him. But this is at South Mountain. It's on the Mormon Trail, and it kind of branches off, into, you mentioned, Anita, like a lot of different areas, and it branches off. And this was there's like a Fat Man's Loop portion, and this was, of course, there. And I thought, I'm going to take a beautiful picture with like this beautiful saguaro.
I love
Which is
that.
5 times bigger than you.
Yeah.
That's what I love about that picture, because you can tell that you are not standing at the bottom of the saguaro.
I had to climb.
And it's still, I think it still has about 3-4 feet.
Yes.
On you, yeah. That's what's so cool about South Mountain. I've never hiked South Mountain. We've driven it up, and I've gone live out there.
Yeah.
But if you're standing on top, you look down and you can see all the different trailheads, which is so cool. Yeah.
Pretty.
The Gateway Trail Loop is great in town.
Where is that?
McDowell Mountain Range.
Okay.
The parking lot area is really, really nice and clean and big, so you don't have to battle for position. And it's the loop itself is around 4 miles. And what I really like about it is that you could start at one end and then you're going to end up at the other going in a loop. You don't have to turn around, so you're seeing something different the whole time.
Yeah.
You can also extend it and hike to the back, and you really have to be ready for this one. Hike to the back of Tom's Thumb.
Oh.
If you do the Gateway Trail Loop. So you could literally go hike all day long. Like start AM. That's more of like a winter hike.
Okay.
Excellent.
Speaking-
Tom's Thumb.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
I haven't done
That
Tom's
one's
Thumb.
hard,
Hard.
but it's fulfilling.
It's
Yeah,
a
you've done it too. Yeah,
it's
you've
a
done it.
constant incline, Celeste.
Wow.
My
Like
calves are on
is it like
fire.
Piestewa?
Worse.
Really?
Harder, I should say.
Intense.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Good to know.
It's very intense.
It's interesting for those of you who've been in the Valley a long time. Okay, Dave Brousseau says my favorite is from the Boy Scout camp. Oh yeah, Dobbins
Oh,
Lookout
wow. And
on South
5.5 is
Mountain.
a good number.
Yes, you're 5.5. You're right. It is
that's
a pretty
one
good
way. Okay,
That's what.
So 11.
Yeah. Oh, we can count. Yeah, I can
Not
write.
all way.
That's why I'm not a mathematician. But Mormon Trail, plenty of times. Dave Brousseau says, yeah, that's over on South Mountain. And a lot of times you'll see a ton of mountain bikers. And those huge boulders that you see in this picture here, that huge boulder I was climbing on, these mountain bikers, they're mountain biking over those boulders.
Forget it.
And it's crazy.
Forget it.
You know what's pretty
Sounds
wild?
deadly.
Yeah, it does actually. Thank goodness they're wearing helmets just in case. But you both mentioned the Tom's Thumb. Up there, there's homes. If you've lived in the Valley a long time, I cannot believe that there's people who live. It's like 45
they
minute
have
drive.
to hike up and down every day when they leave.
No, they do not.
All the wildlife they would be getting. Can you imagine?
Incredible.
You said it with that.
Lugging all your groceries up every day? Like, honey, I have to run to Safeway. Just bring one bag. Oh, my goodness. Another good one in town, right in the heart of the valley, is Dreamy Draw. And they have a ton. They just redid, maybe 2 years ago, Dreamy Draw, like the parking lot and the bathrooms. And you can go on either side of the 51 with Dreamy Draw, and you can go hike out there for miles and miles as well. They have so many trails, and it's close and easy. And I always look for easy parking. I love Camelback, but if you're not at Camelback super early, there's very limited parking.
Well, and people usually will park at the AJ's down the street and then
walk
Uber or walk up over. Yeah, I've seen people do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Uber. You
My
should be walking the
goodness.
whole
I would
way.
walk.
And you're right, Dave Brousseau. South Mountain is the largest municipal park in the country.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, that's so great.
We're so blessed here. in
So you
Arizona.
mentioned Sabino Canyon.
Yes.
That was one. Did you have another one that you hiked a lot there in Tucson that you really enjoyed?
I mean, Sabino Canyon was my most favorite. But
Yeah.
when I didn't go to Sabino Canyon, I would do the Saguaro National Park. That was pretty close to it.
I bet that was so pretty.
Yeah, the saguaro in your photo you showed, there
Yeah.
was like hundreds of thousands of those just all around me. It was
There is something I
so
feel
fun.
about like we always think about going north because we think it's cooler, but there's so much south of Phoenix, and you spent
Forget about
in
that.
Tucson. You spent time in Tucson. Yeah, it's so nice there.
Another one, 800 miles.
Whoa.
The Arizona Trail.
Oh yeah.
And I know there's portions of it in southern Arizona and Tucson because I've done stories out there.
Yeah.
So diverse.
Yes. I mean, it's crazy. Like where I was in Sabino Canyon, you start in there and there's a ton of cacti. And then once you're about 2 miles in,
Yeah.
there's no cacti. And instead, there's
desert.
almost like evergreen looking trees. And
We're
it's
going to
just
continue the
crazy.
chat here after a quick break. There is a look at the poll question this morning.